Did we get a clarification on that?
Well, yes. Let's get started here. We'll talk about the first time he touches the ball.
Team in white, Miami has it. Barry on the back cut, and he lays it up and in on the reverse.
Yeah, he backdoored Taze Moore. That's how he'd like his first name to be pronounced.
Taze. We're with it. Yep. And Cannady gets a reverse layup to tie the game.
Now this is going to be fast. I assume most people that are watching are 3X Nationals here in the men's particularly because they are experienced players and have been around. You know the rules, but this game goes really fast. 10-minute clock. Played to the first one to 21 points. Very rarely do they ever not get to 21 in men's action because they're so veteran players. They have offensive sets and plays right away. Each team scored a bucket here with less than 30 seconds into the contest already. Love this game. Here we go. Jimmer Fredette looking for a screen. Shot clock down to 4.
Turns the corner on Stanley. Scoop figure roll off the rim, but Maddox taps the rebound to the open space and a fresh clock of 12.
Kareem Maddox, outstanding seasoned player here in 3X basketball. Gets the ball inside, can't score it. That being Dylan Travis, great player at Florida Southern, played for Link Darner, national champions, Division II NCAA.
Fredette into Maddox, 5 to shoot. Travis has to get it up. Now Maddox will put it up and miss it short. That's twice, Pete, that Travis has had an open look,
yes,
and the length and leaping of Taze Moore has made him think otherwise.
Oh, great catch by Taze Moore. He caught it below the baseline and still was athletic enough to get that basket up. 2-1 now in favor of run and gun in the blue.
Maddox for the 2, got it.
Oh, he's so versatile. I mean, he's 6'8", but he can step out and shoot the 2 from out there. Again, 2-point baskets behind the arc, 1 point inside the arc. Missed there by Cassius Stanley.
Fredette wide open at the top. That's good.
Oh, this game is made for Jimmer Fredette. NBA lottery pick out of college at BYU. Led the nation in scoring. And this game is just meant for him. He plays all over the country in this game, among other leagues he plays in.
MVP of the Chinese League.
So.
Won a Greek League championship in 2020. Yeah, he's well seasoned.
Nice back pick for Travis.
Dylan Travis.
Well, you can't leave Fredette on that back cut. So that's why he got it so easy, because you're just afraid Fredette's going to have an easy two-point shot behind that arc.
And Cannady shoots the shot.
Yeah,
Taze beat the
Moore.
clock, but Taze Moore called for the offensive foul on the illegal screen to free up Cannady. 6-2 the score. Miami on top.
Well, if you may have mentioned this in the prelim, I was talking to Taze Moore when you were probably talking about this. Miami is the most veteran team. These other 3 teams we're going to see in the semifinals are teams really learning the 3X game and potential players, in more future competitions in the world.
Cassius Stanley rebounds out to Edwards.
Oh, good steal by Maddox. Whoop.
Cannady able to keep it alive, has to shoot it in the corner, missed it. Fredette with a quick outlet pass to Maddox. He missed the dunk, but he's fouled at the top by Stanley.
Yep, so shooting foul, you get 1 free throw. Again, if you're watching your first 3X game, and I know I've sent my leak out to people to watch this that have not watched a 3X game, Dusty Bellows being one out there in beautiful Arizona, but former player of mine. But that being said, 1 point for every basket, so if you're fouled on a shot, you get 1 shot also because it counts as 1 point.
Maddox hits the free throw. It's 7-2. Miami on top.
Kyler Edwards for 3.
Off the back of the rim. Cannady taps at the rebound, but Maddox, who's one of the bigger players in this 3X field.
A moving screen on Canyon Barry they're going to call. Good call by Canyon. He never got set. I know Canyon's arguing and pleading his case here, but look, he continues to roll in and he leans that shoulder out. I think if he would have got into legal screening position, they wouldn't have called that, Rob, but he had that arm out and clipped him, and that's why the foul was called here.
So Edwards initiates.
Yeah, run and gun needs a basket here.
Yeah, they've gone a little stale offensively. Barry with the nice contest at the rim, and Travis is all alone to tee up a 2, short. Moore did a nice job, and Moore takes a long one.
Yeah, I think I would have driven it since you had Jimmer on you. Jimmer Fredette, I think Taze would have been better served driving that to the basket. Quick, fast break there for Canyon Barry.
And Barry did a nice job to cut to where the opening was to
Yeah,
receive that pass.
Yeah, very seasoned international player, both 5-on-5 and 3X.
Stanley a long one. Run down by Fredette. Barry got the step on Moore, and he was beaten and knew it and gave the foul.
Each team gets one timeout on their own choice. There'll be 2 media timeouts, and here's the first one, Rob.
So that foul by Moore, the team's 4th.
We're inside the huddle of Team Miami. Canyon Barry, a little interesting trivia fact. You and I are Indiana natives. Canyon Barry was born in Indiana.
Born in Fort Wayne.
Born in Fort Wayne, Indiana, where I'll be next week for some work and business. But Canyon's dad, Rick Barry, was the coach of the CBA Fort Wayne Fury at the time he was born.
He was indeed.
The only year that Rick was the coach of the Fury. But
yeah, he got part of one and part of another. So cumulative and stacked together, it was one. But yeah. Yep, there's Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, there's some highlights
hitting
here.
His open shot at the top. So Team Miami leads this one 8-2.
I mean, quite frankly, they are the favorites of this tournament if you had to ask me who was going to win this Team Miami, just because they play so well and they're so experienced. They all have great pedigrees.
A lot farther down the line in terms of 3X experience and just knowing the nuance.
Yeah, pretty dang good player
and
there.
They're good players as well.
Many feet.
But yeah, it just takes some time, as we've learned over the weekend. It just takes some time to understand the nuance of this game, and there's so much of it.
Right. Devin Cannady, though, is learning this game. I mean, right there, he knew he had a shot clock. He had to get it up. He got to hit the rim, or otherwise the shot clock runs out.
Maddox for one, just inside the
line.
There's a push. And Travis was pushed off.
Yeah.
He had inside position, he being Dylan Travis, number 15 in the white.
Yeah, and let me talk about that real quick, Rob. Players do not pick up individual fouls. Canyon Barry, I counted for 6 last night. That foul on Kyler Edwards, but individual fouls don't count. They add up as team fouls, and that's the only important thing because the game only lasts 10 minutes, max.
Travis a long 2 short. Other than Fredette's jumper, we've not seen a lot of made 2s in this game thus far. Nearing the halfway mark. Travis with the quick hands to poke it free. Barry had Moore sealed on his back, and Moore had to give the foul, but that's team foul 6, and we're not even to the halfway mark.
Go ahead and explain to our first-time viewers what happens on team foul number 7. That's not a good thing.
Well, if run and gun was to be called for one more foul, that would put Miami in the bonus, and once you're at 17 fouls, your opposition shoots 2 shots on every foul versus 1. Cannady can't get free from Fredette, but Fredette is called for a foul, much to his dismay.
Yeah, a lot of hand checking there on Cannady as Cannady was driving it to that right wing and getting behind that 2-point line. So you got Edwards, Moore, and Stanley now in there for run and gun. Okay, that's an illegal drop by the defensive player. It's supposed to be a fair toss to them to start the offense.
Hard dribble to his right, and Edwards hits the 2.
Yeah, nice look there by Kyler Edwards. Outstanding player in his own right when he played in college.
Run and gun really needed that basket. Now Fredette cuts back door on Stanley, but it trickles off the rim. And Stanley, he'll take Fredette to the rim and give him a little slam dunk with 2 hands.
Makes it look easy. Former Duke Blue Devil, Cassius Stanley.
Barry tried the scoop against Moore, and Moore was up to the challenge. Stanley fading, shooting off the side of the backboard.
You know, talking to Fran Fischel, he said a key to 3X players that are really successful, they need to be able to take bad shots and make bad shots. Because of the shot clock, you got to do that sometimes, and you're going to get pushed and bumped a lot. That's what happens in 3X basketball. It's a very physical, entertaining, fast-style play.
Moore had to shoot that one late in the clock.
Yeah, had to shoot that one. I'm not sure he scored yet, has he?
He scored a layup early, first bucket of the game. Travis to the baseline, fading, shooting short. And Travis gave the foul.
Yeah, and they do that a lot because they want breaks. And when you say that, the pace is so fast. And for those that don't know, where in the heck are we? We're in Colorado Springs, Colorado, 6,035 feet above sea level. So besides the fact you're normally winded playing down at sea level, we're way above it. So the fatigue factor really plays in here in our 3X Nationals this year being held.
There's our sign above the bucket that behind the basket that we stared at all weekend. Alongside Pete Smith, Rob Brown with you. Happy that you're spending part of your Sunday with us. That last exchange, we saw a quick glimpse into the communication, Pete, of Miami. Taze Moore had Jimmer Fredette sealed under the basket. And Canyon Berry, who was out of the game, yelled to Travis to give the foul so that they could not capitalize on the seal.
Yeah, that's real heady, smart play.
Knowing that Miami had fouls to give and Moore would have had an easy hoop at the rim.
Yep, nice point there, Rob. Good nugget there. I didn't see that as much. I did see the timeout being called.
Cannady spinning reverse over Maddox is good. Nice shot. 10-6, run and gun, hanging in the game, but Miami has led throughout. Berry's open for two. Got it. Cannady's right back at it. Thought he might have gotten hit.
Yeah, that's an example of set plays on made baskets that 3X teams have that are really experienced and good, and they're getting that up. But Kareem Maddox, another bucket there, jumps into a press right away.
Stanley to his left to two, off the front of the rim, but Cannady got inside Fredette. Strong arms it up over the rim, and Maddox taps it off the end line to stop Cannady from a putback. Immediate timeout. Teams will head to their respective benches. 13-6 the score, Miami on top. Our next semifinal matchup will pit Worldwide against Showtime.
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Both teams, again, undefeated in pool play the last 2 days. As we take a look at some highlights here, here's Cassius Stanley with just kind of get out of the way, Jimmer. Going down with it. Canyon Berry. That's a compliment. Canyon Berry does the same thing on that drive. Devin Cannady, he's a highlight show in his layups when he gets past. Very undersized at 6'2" for the majority of the players you're seeing out here, but Cannady was an all-state quarterback in football in high school and was a baseball player. He picked basketball as a sport of choice he would play in college and had a great career at Princeton, as I mentioned, and has played in 2 seasons in the NBA.
Out of the timeout. Run and gun with the ball. Edwards, the long two. Off the mark. Travis is fouled, and that's 7.
So here's to what you just explained, Rob. Travis will get 2 shots. Dylan Travis. Here's the foul right there as Devin was initiated by Dylan Travis. He's a very coaxy, smart, heady player. Dylan saw him play last year in Springfield, Massachusetts when we had the 22 Nationals. Makes the first free throw, but again, now they're going to shoot 2 free throws every time they're fouled because that is 17 fouls on run and gun.
Travis has one more. That's good. 15-6 the score. Moore lost the handle, got it back. Edwards dribbled to his left. He got hit by Fredette behind the line. Earning Edwards 2 shots.
Well, actually, yeah, we were earning 2 shots, yeah. Yeah. There's a look at it. Jimmer right across there. Definitely body, had to let him come down straight. Leaned into him. 2 shots here for Kyler Edwards. Played at Texas Tech. Reached the national championship game in 2019 before he transferred and played his final season at the University of Houston for Kelvin Sampson.
He was a high school teammate of Cade Cunningham.
Yeah. Whew, how about that? Boy.
That team must have been pretty good, I'm guessing.
Oh, you'd hope so, or you'd hope that coach maybe would think twice about what he was doing. You have those 2 players on the same team.
Edwards makes them both. 15-8. Fredette turns the corner on Cannady, knowing that Cannady can't give the foul, and Fredette with the finish, 16-8. Inside 3 minutes.
Pick and roll.
Stanley fading on the baseline, hits the 12-footer, his first field goal of the game.
Cassius definitely has the NBA-type body we saw when he played with the Pacers when he got his opportunities.
Fredette found Travis on the nice slip, and Travis with an easy one.
17-9, it's slipping away from this run and gun team, and as soon as I say that, Kyler Edwards drains it too.
Edwards hits a 2.
Dead ball, so we got a sub. Edwards is going to go out. In comes Taze Moore. Yep, Taze Moore's coming in. Need a couple stops here, this run and gun team, where Miami's looking like they're headed to the delay game warning on that.
Did not like the check.
Oh, we all had that when we played the playgrounds too, though, when we checked it out front. You know,
yeah.
Had the guys that would, you know, wouldn't flip them a nice toss and try to get them unraveled, back pick, layup. Again, that's worked successfully because Fredette has to be guarded the whole time. You can't switch off that because Fredette can get a shot off so quick and such a great score, as we just are going to see right here. Short, though, tip.
Moore got a piece of that, but it goes right to Barry, who's at the rim to lay it in. Miami 2 points away. The lob to Moore. He's up so high, he can't finish. But he's fouled and shoots one.
5th team foul on Miami, so they still have another foul to give here with 2 minutes to go.
Moore was fouled in the act.
Yep. Shoot one shot. Otherwise, if he was not called in the act of shooting, they'd just take it out front again with a full shot clock. Got it.
Free throw good.
Out of bounds play. Jimmer's going to shoot it. Jimmer misses.
Missed it. That would have won the game. Rebound took a funny ricochet off the rim right to Barry. Maddox drives Stanley in low. Flips it up, no, but he has 2 shots on the foul with run and gun over the limit. Maddox with 2 can put the game away.
Kareem Maddox, Los Angeles, California native. And is
First one up and in.
About as experienced as any player in this tournament. 33 years old. As I'm looking at just a quick bio, he has more gold medals. Not as many as Mark Spitz did in the Olympics in '72, but he's got a lot of gold medals, and he just wins the game and sends his team to the finals.
Well, a very business-like win for Team Miami as they hand run and gun its first loss of the weekend, and in the process advance to the final later on this afternoon. Miami now 4-0 on the weekend.